What's up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of Rabbit Hole's Gameverse. I'm Joe, this is Ryan, and we're here to bring you all the gaming news you need to know about, posted on YouTube every Tuesday for your enjoyment.
Articles?
First up, we have the Articles of Attention. These are the news stories that have broken in the past couple of weeks, things you need to know about.
Weeks. It's more like couple days, but...
Couple days, weeks,
What's important?
Right.
Okay, first off, Evolve cracked Steam's top 20 after going free-to-play. Now, this is interesting, Evolve going free-to-play. And I wanted to say right off the bat, the first time I played Evolve, it was really cool playing in the beta. You're like, this game's good. And then I actually got Evolved, and it just felt like a game that should have been free-to-play right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because all of their DLC was like skins and cosmetic kind of stuff.
Right.
So I thought this game really should have been released free-to-play. Everybody could play it.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we'll charge more, and you'll get these skins. I don't even know if they release other maps and stuff. That's still... I would have to look into that. But this is interesting because this is how I thought like Evolve should have been free to play. So now that it is free to play on Steam, what they're calling it is Evolve Stage 2. And that's just, This is on Kotaku, I'm reading. It just says, yesterday Turtle Rock released Evolve Stage 2, a free to play. And then it says, evolution of the 4-on-1 Monster Mash. Stage 2 also refreshes the game with a new progression system and mechanics. For now, it's only on PC, which is pretty cool. I definitely see it coming to consoles.
Yeah, I'm
Xbox
sure
One,
it will.
PS4.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just interesting that when it came out, maybe it like hit pretty high.
Right.
But like a month, I just remember trying to play it, not recently, but a few months back. Servers completely dead.
Yeah.
Can't get into a game.
Well, they had the one thing where it was like one weekend it was free on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
It was free. And then I think when it came out, it was riding so hard on made by the creators of Left 4 Dead, that it was like...
Was that Turtle Rock? I don't even know.
Yeah, whoever... Because that was the whole thing, is that this was... everybody was like, oh, this is going to be so good because it's the same thing as Left 4 Dead. And then it wasn't.
I don't know if it was the same people.
I swear it was.
That's Valve.
I know, but I thought they did. I thought it was like part of the team. It was some of the guys.
Maybe they're comparing like the multiplayer mechanism.
No, it was the guy. It was guys from Valve. It wasn't the same studio, but it was like how people switch.
If anybody knows
Something
what that was
like
about,
that.
just let us know. But no, so this is interesting that it's not free to play. Hopefully it's coming to consoles that way. Those who want to play and still have the disc, like the servers will populate once again.
Right.
Maybe.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I mean,
it didn't last
people.
too long, but
it's whatever.
But that's pretty interesting. That's going on.
Yeah, that's really cool that they're bringing back. Would you say that Evolve has evolved
into stage 2?
This? Yeah.
No, it's still.
It's in its second evolution.
It's like Digimon and. It was never Pokemon. No, it's more Monster Rancher. It didn't even touch Digimon, which never touched Pokemon.
Not even close.
Yeah, it wasn't close. It's very sad.
All right.
Okay, second article. This is from Kotaku as well. Someone made a Destiny side scroller, and it's actually pretty fun. This is really cool. I just want to read the first line about it. If you guys are into Destiny, look up this side scroller. It says, in honor of Bungie Day, Destiny fan made this side scroll version of the vast online shooter. In honor of Destiny, it has no story. That line right there is the best.
Man.
They're throwing punches at Bungie right there. But it says his side scroller, and he calls it right now Project Tiger, after Destiny's original code name. Is short but surprisingly fun, letting you gun down some shanks and hop around a 2D version of the Cosmodrome.
Have you played
Props if you can beat Sepix Prime without dying. That's really cool. I haven't tried it. Nothing. It kind of looks like Terraria.
Yeah.
I want to say Stardew Valley, but it's more like just side-scrolling. There's no really 3D element in it. But it's just really cool because it's like the environment you know in Destiny now in a 2D platform. It looks cool if you're into Destiny, which I'll probably just check it out just because of that.
Do you think that would get you back into Destiny if you played that?
I have honestly been thinking about getting back into Destiny.
Would it get that itch and it's just that little taste of
Last
Destiny?
week I would have said no. This week, yes.
And you're just like, oh man, I want to go. I could go run a raid real quick. We can go beat I haven't fought Sepix in a while.
Well, here's what I was thinking though, because like I have like over 900 of the achievements for that game, very close to the entire 1,000 gamer score on Xbox One.
Yep, so I'm very close.
But now that I'm playing everything on PlayStation 4, I have Destiny for it as well. In the first few expansions, I'm thinking maybe I should get back into it.
Yeah.
Probably not though.
You're right. Too much.
It's only a
to
thought.
Play.
That's it.
Right. Too much other stuff out there.
Okay, sticking with Kotaku as well. This is an article on like a what if Disney Infinity kind of situation. It says Deadpool and X-Men Disney Infinity figures are the stuff of broken dreams.
Ooh.
And what it is it just says Disney Infinity's demise didn't just kill actual planned projects, it also killed the dreams of millions. One of those affected is this artist who they're talking about in the article, who came up with these awesome Deadpool and X-Men ideas for the game. For those of you who can actually look this up and who are into X-Men or Deadpool, it looks like he did like a 3D print or something like that of this Deadpool figure, which he painted and everything. It looks pretty legit. It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks
Even
really
all
good.
the X-Men ones look like they're more so the designs not actually printed as well, but these designs are high quality. And they just look like the perfect mix between real X-Men and then cartoon X-Men.
Right.
Perfect to fit in with the Infinity line.
Yeah.
This would have been pretty cool. I don't know if it would have got me into actually buying or anything.
I wouldn't have, but
it's just really interesting that something like this could have been within the realm of possibility. It would have been like one of those cooler ones where, like, Star Wars was cool.
Yeah.
I definitely considered a bunch of times being like, maybe I should try this out.
Right. You just get those
Same
cool
with the Spider-Man,
Star Wars
but the
ones,
Spider-Man ones are so expensive now.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or last I checked, when I was like, if I got the Star Wars starter
Yeah.
pack, could I play Spider-Man? I was like, this is all way too expensive. But these X-Men ones look great. That kind of would have been cool. I think it would have sold just because it was X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
But the Disney Infinity's just, it's gone. It's
Right.
buried.
I hear you.
So, next. All right, Pokemon Go is now out in the U.S.
All
This
right.
was like, seemed like a stealth release because it was just getting released
Yeah,
internationally
kinda.
at random spots. It wasn't
Yeah.
on our app store. But on this past Wednesday, Pokemon Go did release. Americans, your long and torturous wait is over. Pokemon Go is now on both iTunes and Google Play Store. But don't spend all your money at once, which is a good point.
Yep.
We don't really want to get into this here because
Not yet. Right.
we've been playing it,
It's
so
coming
we'll
later.
talk about it in a bit. But another article from IGN that says Pokemon Go is secretly the best exercise app out there. I want to say I completely agree with this article. We're not going to go into depth with this yet. We'll talk about it later because I was playing it. This idea popped in my head, and then a few days later, this article's out, and I was like, wow, that's actually... I agree with it. Next, from IGN. They posted this week, or I don't want to say posted, they brought back their Red Dead Redemption review. I just thought this was interesting, but they did it because Red Dead is now backwards compatible on the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how some sites are saying it looks better and plays better on the Xbox One when it's still the 360
It's
game.
a 360 game.
But the pictures, they're saying the better FPS on the Xbox One.
Whatever.
The pictures look a little bit better. I don't know if that's true or
It's
not.
got to be that for every single game then.
I haven't tried it yet or anything.
Why would you just say it's that for Red Dead? Why isn't it that for Dead Space and everything else?
Yeah, I don't get that either. I don't know
what
if
I
they
mean?
tweaked anything
How can you
system-wise.
make one thing? And so I don't know. But
I don't know.
Red Dead's been getting a ton more sales though, and I'm sure Rockstar loves that. Rocksteady, right?
No. But yeah, this is just a note that Red Dead is now backwards
Yeah.
compatible on the Xbox One. If you want to play it, go for it. It's a
Right.
great game. Which takes us now to the Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition confirmed. I mean, we all kind of knew this was coming.
Right.
It's really cool though.
Right, everybody
Witcher 3 is
loved
a
it.
great game. It just says developer CD Projekt Red has officially confirmed a Game of the Year edition of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Just with all the DLC and updates the game received so far, including significant changes to the game's interface and mechanics, many gamers have asked us, which is Project CD, a CD Projekt Red, if we're working on some sort of Game of the Year edition. And then they're just saying, yeah, we're happy to confirm, yes, plans are in motion to release such an edition. And they'll just provide more details, including a release date in the future. So if you've been holding out for it, that edition is coming. It's a great game to play regardless.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. You'll sink tons and tons and tons of hours into it.
You
It's
got those
fantastic.
Bioshock remasters,
I know,
Witcher
that's
Game
also
of the
really
Year
good.
edition.
There's too many good remakes coming out.
Not like rehashes, but it's
You know what I mean, though.
additional copies of the same
re-releases.
game. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we will end with this article right here.
Okay.
Go a little bit back to Nintendo and all that. Miyamoto, Pikmin 4 fell down, list of priorities, but it is still in development. So I guess this is just confirming Pikmin 4 is being developed. It says last year Shigeru Miyamoto announced that Pikmin 4 was very close to completion, but we've heard very little about it since then. Now we have good news and slightly less than heartening news.
Yeah.
So this quotes Miyamoto here. We're working on Pikmin 4, so you know when we're in development, we have to create a list of priorities, and it has been hard to kind of fit that into their priority list, but we're hopefully starting to see that on the list now.
Good. I'm excited. I still need to beat 3, but...
But then it says here, it's likely that Pikmin 4's development coincided with plans for the NX, and either that pushed it back, or could this be coming out with the NX? Could Pikmin 4 be, I don't want to say mobile, but a handheld game?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't know. Well, we still don't even know what the NX is, so...
I don't know if this could be in the NX launch lineup.
Yeah, it
That would be
probably
interesting.
will be. It'll probably be... They'll pull a Zelda with it, I'm sure, where it's on the Wii U and it's on the NX, you know. I'm sure they're going to be doing that with a lot of games.
What I just want to throw out right here, though, before we go into the next section, all of the possible NX launch title games that have been rumored, okay? Well, we know Zelda's going to be coming out.
Right.
And then there's rumors of a Mario Maker like re-release,
Mm-hmm.
Splatoon re-release,
Mm-hmm.
like a Super Smash 4 Definitive Edition, all DLC,
Right.
Character stages. Luigi's Mansion 3,
Yeah.
or is it 2?
It'd be 3.
It would be 3. Some people would say 2, but so the next
Dark
Luigi's
Moon
Mansion,
Dark Moon's a sequel. Like it takes place after.
but
so.
it didn't directly have 2 in there. But I know this would be the
I
third
guess,
Luigi's
yeah.
Mansion. But so there's that. Then there's people who say Metroid Prime must be in this lineup as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Animal Crossing hasn't been out for a while. There's like minor rumors, but no backing kind of for people
Right.
saying that too. And now we have talk of Pikmin 4.
Mm-hmm.
Is this literally going to be, here's the NX and here's every game you wanted for like the 10 years that you haven't got?
Yep.
No, it's not, but
Yeah, it is.
I don't
it
understand
so
what
could
they're
be.
doing.
Why wouldn't it be?
we'll bring that up another time, but I just want to throw out all these supposed
Yeah.
launch titles or launch window games. It's just blowing my mind.
It's so
Minorly.
totally possible though, because they're all developed by different teams. Miyamoto would be.
But they
have
would be
his gourd,
smart to
but-
spread it out.
Oh, I'm sure they would, but they'd also be smart to launch it all at once to get the console out there. Because if you launch the console with no games, then no one's gonna buy it, right? No one will buy it, and then even when you do have good games come out later, like the Wii U did, still nobody's gonna buy
Let's
it.
just make sure the Watch Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2,
Nintendo
launch
NX.
title. That's right.
That'd be awesome.
That's what we need.
All right. So what have you been playing?
A lot of Pokemon Go.
Okay. Anything
Best.
else though? Let's just
Uh,
Pokemon Go. Nothing else new this week.
Nope. Because what I've been doing,
It's been a busy week.
it's been Pokemon Omega Ruby, and Kirby. The new
Oh, yeah,
Kirby on
Kirby.
3DS is a lot of fun.
We'll be doing a Let's Play of that. You can look forward to that.
And then just Pokemon Go. Pretty much, I've been doing Quantum Break still here and there, but
Yeah. The only thing I've touched this week, or has been able to squeeze in, is Pokemon Go. So now that's kind of like our only game we've been playing. So let's go into a little bit about that. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
love it.
I
It's
don't know
great.
if I love it, is
Love
the
it.
issue.
Why?
So I'll tell you. So I was just sitting back and I was on Twitter and I saw somebody who I know is US based playing this game,
Mhm.
which then I was like, oh, is it out in the US, or are people seriously so into this that they're like changing whatever their phone's app store is to download this?
Oh yeah.
But then I looked, it actually just released, so I downloaded it. Right off the bat, well, there's server issues, obviously.
Right.
There were like 3 times to put in the name that I wanted to. Like it would just not
Yeah.
accept the name. It would kind of time itself out. I put it back in timeout, put it back in, and then it worked. But I mean, we've seen like tons of day one issues on all
Right.
these different games. So it's kind of, I don't want to say it's excusable, but it's expected, I guess.
Right.
We had to lower the bar, so now we're
it's
just gonna-
understandable.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand why.
Okay,
it
for a
happens.
free game, that's
You're right.
I'll understand about that. But then so I'm like mashing along to actually I want to play this. And I didn't see a Charmander, Bulbasaur, or Squirtle anywhere on this map. Though as I was mashing, I just automatically hit Bulbasaur. And I was in a battle with Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
So whether I wanted him or not, I started with Bulbasaur. That's
how it was
cool
with
with
me
me
too.
though. But so right there, so then I see there's really no battling in this. You just swipe your Pokeballs. It's kind of like if you ever played those games where you're throwing the paper into the trash can on
Right.
like old school iPhone games, you're swiping these Pokeballs to hit the Pokemon. I have never seen a Pokemon not like get caught the first time you throw the ball at it.
Yeah.
Is it always caught once the ball hits it?
No.
Okay, well I haven't seen yet where it like wiggles
Right.
out and shakes free. Yeah, so the first day I played it, I just walked around the house a little bit.
Mhm.
I did not find any Pokemon in the house.
Okay.
So then I went out, and it was like in the middle of the night, so I'm like, I'm not going too far. I walked like 4 houses down, 4 houses back, nothing. And I was just like, am I doing something wrong? Or is
Yeah.
it this hard to find Pokemon, or is it just, launched
Okay.
window kind of issues and stuff? So then the second day, or not the second day, but maybe yesterday or somewhere, 2 days ago, I actually like went on a decent walk around the neighborhood. And then I was bored, so let's pull this out. 2 concerns though: battery life and
Yeah.
data usage. I don't know anything about either yet. I hear it does kill your battery.
Yeah.
Nobody's that I've seen has said anything about how much data it actually uses.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid, like, a week through your cycle, you've used 50, 75% of your data,
Yeah.
all because of this game. I mean, it can't be that big of an issue if nobody's said anything so far about it yet.
Yeah.
Or it's going to hit people really hard fast. But so I'm like walking around the block, and there's a lady walking her dog too. So I have on the AR or whatever, so, I got to like
Ready
go
to go
around and
turn.
find it. So I like move past her, bam, there's like a Caterpie. So I automatically got to stop. And I'm sure this lady here is thinking like, okay, what is this dude doing?
Right.
And then I'm like moving around, kind of like looking back at her, looking for the Caterpie. Okay, and then there I find it, swipe. And you might mutter something to yourself too if you miss, like, oh my god, are you kidding me? And then I'm sure like people around you are just gonna be like, all right, what's going on? Why are you stopping? Yeah,
right.
Why is all this happening?
Yeah.
But I mean, it is kind of, I will say, it was fun looking for these Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then trying to capture them and then being like, okay, I do have these. What am I looking for now?
Mm-hmm.
I still don't quite understand what you have to do to run into these Pokemon. I'm just guessing it's completely random. Some days you'll find a lot. Some days you won't. But yeah, maybe I'm like 5, 6, less than 10 Pokemon deep. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't really care that there's no, or I do kind of care that there is no battle system yet. Between like, okay, hey, we've been playing all day. We got Pokemon. Let's battle.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like a redeeming factor in this game. Is like
they have some that in there.
Other than gym battles?
No, but
that's what I mean.
It's just the gym battles and the training battles and all that where you'd have to go there. Like, I can't like battle you.
See, I want friend battles though. I think that would be
I
don't know.
I feel like that's too much though for an app to handle, at least like at launch.
And earlier we were discussing, though, this app is free. All of our friends who don't even care for Pokemon, care for Nintendo, care for games, are now playing this. We see them all their, what have you been doing? You just see them running around to these random places trying to catch Pokemon. They really don't know the first thing about it. We brought up earlier that these people would probably never have this game if it wasn't free to play, which is kind of interesting. I think the model's great where like, okay, you are playing this for free. Maybe it got you hooked. Now you're going to keep going to these Pokestops,
right? Spend
a little bit of real money, and Nintendo will recoup from that. I think that was really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, what have your thoughts and experiences been so far?
I love it. I think it's so much fun. It's fantastic. The reason that there were no Pokemon around here is because it's...
Is it barren?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of real-life Stantlers.
Yeah, it's a very dead area. Same thing at my house. Like, when you're in, like, one building, you're not going to find anything. Like, even when I was at work today, like, in that one building, you don't find a whole lot. Like, they want you need to move far to find Pokemon.
I don't know if this is a good sign or bad, though. I did see somebody posted on the internet somewhere that a work was like, no Pokemon Go here or you will be fired. That people must be playing it at work and just wasting time on their cell phones. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Because that's almost like the evolution of cell phones where, like, companies would be like, okay, no cell phones in the workplace. And now it's like, if they're allowed here, okay, now this game is now crossing the boundary of where you're wasting time at work to go out and find all this stuff. Okay, none of that either. That's kind of funny. But
yeah, so you've got the dead area, you won't find a lot, and the battling, is at gym battles and stuff, which are fun and whatever, you're battling. And then there's the what was the other thing? Oh, where you said where you throw the Pokeball and you just feel like you're automatically catching it.
Yeah.
So it's once you level up, it gets a lot harder to do everything. So the way it works is like for the first 5 levels, they give you're like on easy mode, where it's just like, yep, we're just letting you catch anything you hit with a Pokeball.
Is that like character level?
You get to catch it. What's that? Yeah, like your trainer level.
I haven't surpassed 5 yet. So that's
so and you can't do gyms until you're at level 5 or anything like that. And so you can't. So it's just kind of just like, whatever Pokemon you find here is free Pokemon. Catch a bunch. And then you catch a bunch of them, and then you can trade in like your duplicates and stuff to the professor, and he gives you candy. And then the candy you use to like evolve and level up your Pokemon and stuff. And then once you get that Pokemon obviously will get stronger. And then as you get stronger Pokemon, you become a stronger trainer. And as you become a stronger trainer, you can find better Pokemon in the wild. So I know like a big concern was like, oh man, if I want to go get, Articuno, I have to go to Mount Everest to find him. Like,
which would be cool.
Which would be super cool. But then what about the people?
Here's what I want to know too, though. Can multiple people catch legendaries?
Yeah. So nobody knows anything about the legendaries yet. Nothing about the legendaries has been announced. Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, Mew, and Mewtwo are not yet in the game.
Okay.
They don't know how they're going to be put in, whether they think there's going to be like an event. Like there was in the original trailer, it was like Times Square, and they had like Mewtwo was flying up above and everybody was battling at once. And so they think, anybody who participates in the Mewtwo battle will automatically get Mewtwo once he's defeated. And then some people are like, maybe the people who did the most damage will have like a top 5 ranking. So the top 5 people who did the most damage will get Mewtwo. And all this stuff. And it's going to be like these events, like how they have event Pokemon. And so I don't know. I think that's really dumb if they do that. I think that's a really bad idea. I think it should just be like, hey, Mewtwo and everybody has finally been released, like, have at it. Good luck trying to find him, or something like that. Too, like it should be a fair chance for everybody. Like I get that it's legendary, and I get it's.
Can you trade
hard
Pokemon?
To find. No.
I could, if that was possible though. I could see. Okay, I go on eBay. This dude's like, I actually caught a Mewtwo.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Buy
thing.
it now,
It's
$200
a free app
Yeah.
that just launched. Like there's like it's not a full Pokemon game like by any means.
Yeah.
But it's just super fun and like it's only Gen 1. It's not like they're missing like 6 other generations of Pokemon.
I know,
It's
which they could
only
add
Gen
in.
1,
So right
which
when
they
you
could add in later.
Yeah,
right.
once you're like losing what you no longer spend as much time with this game anymore.
Right, then they're just like,
Bam.
oh hey, boom, Gen 2.
You want a Cyndaquil? Here's a Cyndaquil. You're hooked back, and now you want to catch all Gen 2. So that is, I guess, that'll be really cool. Oh, I thought you were typing in Porygon. That'd be in pretty interesting.
Oh no, I want to go to Pine. So back to real quick what we were just saying.
Oh, I did see you get Pikachu as a starter.
Yeah.
If you refuse and walk away from like Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle, I think it was 4 times. A Pikachu will finally appear, and then you
right.
Can catch
If you don't catch one of the 3, but like you said, I only had Bulbasaur. I only saw Bulbasaur, but I didn't know what I was doing either. I didn't look around or anything.
I think if you're
I just clicked the first thing I found.
Yeah, if you're holding the phone like with your right hand, and where your like thumb just naturally lays on the phone, and you're mashing there, that's where they place Bulbasaur. So many people, I'm sure, are just stuck with Bulbasaur. Or at least that's what happened to me. It sounds like it happened to you.
Yeah, that's how it was. And then I was looking other stuff up, and it was all about how like everybody's like, oh, you can pick whoever you want. You can pick this, pick that. And I was like, I didn't. But hey, it's whatever. Maybe it was this one. I don't know. Well, I read this article. So we were talking about earlier today the Pokeposers.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what we're calling like our friends who are like nobody's into Pokemon,
But
and then like all of a sudden Pokemon Go comes out, like, oh my god, Pokemon's the greatest thing. I was telling them about this person that I know who said, you know what, it's so great that Pokemon is finally making a comeback.
It's about time.
It's exactly like essentially to the effect of, man, Pokemon's been gone for a really long time. Thank goodness it's finally coming back. And I wanted to be like, listen here, Pokemon didn't go anywhere. You did. You're the one who left. Pokemon's been here forever. We tried telling her about Sun and Moon, the new games coming out, and she had no idea what they were.
There's never been a dull moment with Pokemon, though, really.
No.
There was always like, okay,
it was
Black
great.
and White's gone, and then there's X and Y.
Always been great. So, who knows? And anyway, so going off of that, I was reading an article somewhere, and it said something about like, it was trying to like play on the nostalgia of like the original Pokemon games, like Red, Blue, and Yellow and stuff, and all those, and it said something like, oh, here we go, right here. If you look on your map in the game, though, you'll also notice patches of rustling grass, and then in parentheses it says, similar to the original Pokemon games.
I've seen the rustling grass. I didn't know if I should walk there, or it's just
that's exactly what you're supposed to do in this game. You're supposed to walk there. Now, it says
it's similar, so far away, though,
similar
too.
to the original Pokemon games. There's rustling grass. Nowhere in the original Pokemon games.
Oh, good point. That was like
grass.
the newer ones.
Exactly. The grass never moved. The grass never rustled. It never did. You had tall grass, and you would walk in the tall grass, and that's where you found Pokemon.
But you rustled as you moved through it.
I guess, but you didn't find it in the rustling. But I'm saying something as geeky as this on a nerd website, they should know that. So that right there, Pokeposer. That came from Polygon. Pokeposer.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Yep. And then there was something else too that I read, and it was like totally like made something up, like wasn't even like actually in the game, like didn't even exist in Pokemon. But whoever wrote this article wanted to sound like they knew what they were talking about. And I'm like, boom, Pokeposer.
So we'll end it with this.
Too many of them.
Recommend it.
Recommend it totally. It's free. What do you got to lose? It's free.
I would say if you're looking for a reason to get some exercise, download it.
I guess
that's my only reason right now.
I guess I would love. I'm actually gonna talk to my girlfriend about going like hiking sometime. To go and
maybe get like a
dude. Maggie and I would so go out, like if she didn't hate the outside so much.
Well, maybe here's a reason to like
exactly. Well, she gets burned easily. She's an albino, so.
Oh well. All right, games coming out this week though. Let's hop into this.
Okay, right.
We got 3 we just want to bring up. First one being Song of the Deep, coming out Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. This is actually a game developed by Insomniac Games, and it's being published by GameStop.
Right.
Correct.
Really cool. First ever published GameStop game.
Yeah, so that'll be really interesting. Little bit about the plot. It just says Song of the Deep has the player control Marion, I believe it goes, which is a 12-year-old girl who loves her father, a fisherman, even when he tells her tales of his adventures. When her father goes missing at sea one day, she has a vision of him being trapped in the depths of the ocean. Determined to find him, she crafts a submarine and gear to explore the ocean and is startled to see that many of her father's tales were actually true. It sounds cool. It's like a Metroidvania game. This could actually be a pretty big one.
I think it looks really cool.
And it might be a good one where this is the first GameStop is actually
exactly. This will give them some good blood,
some good credit there. So that's kind of cool. Second game is just Ghostbusters. Is coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah, it doesn't look like fun.
It says it takes place after the events of the 2016 film with a different crew of Busters. The film's gonna be 4 women, I think, 4 females.
Yeah.
This is gonna be 2 males, 2 females. Why? Like, you can't just make a game off a movie, but you're gonna change it. That's sounds like bad news right off the bat.
Yeah, and then the way it plays, the type of game it is like if you ever played Dead Nation or Alien Nation or anything, it's like a top-down kind of like that double stick shooter kind of thing. Like, I don't know, it doesn't like 4-player like Diablo kind of kind of like dungeon crawler type game. And I'm like,
Diablo's great though.
Yeah,
I don't know how to feel about
Diablo does it well, but how well is Ghostbusters gonna do it? You know,
we'll see.
So I don't know, not excited, not gonna get it.
We'll see. And then last game. This would be a Friday release because it's a Nintendo game, I'm assuming. Monster Hunter Generations.
Yeah. It looks like another Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, it just looks like another Monster Hunter game.
Yep. They're fun if you like them. If you really like JRPGs like that, they're really fun. They're big, killing big monster, big boss battle kind of games. Kill them, craft stuff.
I never really got into it.
I heard
fun.
It's great, they're fun. They're really fun, but I don't know. It's just it feels like it's the same formula over and over again.
It says here major additions in this installment include special attacks. I never knew that was missing or anything, but new combat styles and the ability to play as Felnays.
Sure.
Who have traditionally only appeared as a companion to the player. I'm sure it'll sell well. People will enjoy it because it's Monster Hunter.
Yeah, people love Monster Hunter.
I haven't gotten into. Who knows? Maybe somehow this game I'll cross paths with. I'll end up loving it. So we'll see. But it's
on
about
sale,
it for
$9.99. Black Friday deal.
Maybe.
Right.
We'll see. All right. You ready to bring up that game that Christmas forgot?
Okay, so the game that Christmas forgot.
Blow my mind this week.
Our forgotten game, Eternal Darkness. Sanity's Requiem. Have you ever heard of this game?
No. I have honestly never played it.
This is a great GameCube game from back in the day, 2002.
Okay.
And what it is it's a horror game. And you have to, you go through this giant building, and it's all this crazy stuff starts happening. And it was, one of the first games, you've played the first Metal Gear Solid, right? Where you fight Psycho Mantis, and he tells you to put your controller on the table, and he's like, "I'll move it with my mind," and shakes it, and it makes the controller vibrate.
I heard of that kind.
Okay, so it's stuff like that, and how you had to plug your controller into the second port and stuff to trick him and everything, whatever. This game also did that. Then I think they came out around the same time, and
so this is a survival horror game.
Oh yeah, horror game. Yeah,
I did not know that.
And so what you do is, there are parts where, you're walking, right, and you just open up a door, and all of a sudden, just, your head falls off. Your head just gets decapitated, and you're like, crap, I think I just died. But you still have to walk around. So, you're just walking around, without your head, and then, you go, woof, and then you, wake up. And then there are parts where, it thinks that your TV's broken, it comes up with, the video 2 screen or whatever. And you're like, crap, I just, totally lost my save, and then it, pops back in.
That is really
And
cool.
it's, all this, super creepy stuff, and, it's all taken by surprise. But what's great is that there's a sanity meter, and, the more you get scared, the more scares you find and stuff, your sanity meter starts to go down. And when you, totally lose your mind, that's when everything, gets, crazy freaky, and, you, lose health more, and, all this stuff. And so it's just, it's a really, really good, and, survival horror is my favorite genre of video game, all horror games I love.
Yeah.
And, this is a great one that not too many people know about, so. If you get the chance, I think it's kind of expensive now, but if you
there
ever
was
get the
never
chance.
a re-release or anything?
Nope. So this says, though, that Nintendo kept the, they kept the rights to it. It was a Nintendo published game, and it was I think it was the first or second or something M-rated Nintendo published game. And then, because I know Conker's, right, they published that, I think.
Yeah.
Was that too. So, I don't know, it was one of the early M-rated games, which is really rare for Nintendo. And so, Nintendo kept the rights there, and it says right here, even as recently as 2012, they made sure they kept the rights to it, so.
They just need to put it into Smash.
NX launch title.
Throw a character in there. People will be like, what's this?
Yeah. I'd love it.
It'll make its comeback.
It's a good game, survival horror. Like I said, favorite genre. So can't get enough of it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Topic of the show. Let's go this week with VR. You know, it's something new. It's just now. I don't want to say hitting the market.
Yeah.
Oculus Rift is out. I guess it's very hard to find.
Okay.
Considered rare and all that. PlayStation VR is coming out in October?
Yep, October like 13th or something.
HTC Vive. I don't know if that's out.
I don't know. I don't even know anything about it.
I think that's the one that Fallout 4 is compatible with.
Does that go to your computer?
Not compatible,
or your Xbox or something?
No, it would be with your computer, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, how to play Fallout 4 on your HTC Vive. So that one can actually play Fallout 4. We're just going to focus primarily on PSVR. That's the only one we're very much familiar with.
Yeah, know anything about.
Yeah, what's coming out and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So are you excited for VR?
I am, and I'm not at the same time.
How could you not be?
I'm excited because like it's really cool. Like all the games that are coming out for it are super cool. Like all the Batman games, like Batman VR sounds amazing, and Resident Evil 7, the whole thing in VR sounds awesome. But like I'm also afraid that being too excited for it now and buying it now, there's going to be way too many games that are like, hey, here's this half an hour to an hour long experience, and it's going to be crazy and it's going to be super fun and it's going to show you like what VR can be, but you're going to have to wait a year and a half or 2 years to like really get something like awesome in VR, which I get Resident Evil 7 that's coming out in January, which is probably going to get delayed, but that could be like that game that really like pushes you into, yeah, this is like what VR will be, like a full game, and that's cool. But at the same time, like there's gonna be, you know how many bugs there are gonna be with that.
But I just want to stop you right there. So you're saying you're kind of afraid of being announced too early, all this hype coming by, and then when it comes out, it's kind of just like, yeah, this is cool. I kind of forgot about why I was so excited for this, but I just want to say that might be why they haven't announced the NX yet. When you were saying that the whole time and everybody's like, why has the NX not been announced yet?
Yeah.
It could be for that exact same reason. Because it's coming out further from PSVR. Mm-hmm. They don't want to throw all this at you, and then by the time it comes out, you're like, I was excited for this.
Right.
I just wanted to throw that tidbit in there because that actually makes
totally
sense.
get it. That makes perfect sense. And that's Nintendo thinks the same thing too. They don't want people to get bored with it. They also said they don't want people like stealing their ideas or whatever. But yeah, with VR, like I totally get that. And then they actually said that the NX might be compatible with VR. They might have a Nintendo VR.
It might be PSVR when this
maybe
is an add-on to
Virtual
PlayStation
Boy
4.
2. But so yeah, I don't know. I mean, the game seems super cool, and like the experiences seem super cool. And like if I was able to play it or demo it somewhere, like I'm sure I would love it, and it would be awesome. But I am not ready to drop $400 so I can play Batman for an hour.
It would be $500 though, because you need the camera and the stick.
Oh yeah. So yeah, $500 to play Batman, to be Batman for an hour. Totally not worth it. Same with like Resident Evil. Like I'm totally okay.
I will tell you this, for me,
with a controller,
it is worth it to play Star Wars Battlefront. Strap on the headset, like a nice pair of headphones.
Nope.
Crank it up. Have your sticks. It's like you're in the X-wing or whatever, and you're like sitting there. Just have that experience once.
That's gonna last like 20 minutes.
I don't even care.
$500 for 20 minutes?
No, not in that aspect. There's gonna be more coming out that you're gonna want to play sooner or later.
I
but
guess.
To have that initial experience the first time, that being your first dose of VR.
Yeah.
That'll blow my mind a little bit.
I'll just wait for Generation 2. I think that'll be better.
PSVR 2?
PSVR 2 or something like that. Or when
it might never come.
When PlayStation 5 comes out, because the way they're going, that'll be another 2 years, and we're going to have PlayStation 5. Because Neo's coming right around the corner.
I gotta say, though, I'm excited. You got Battlefront VR, which is only like the space mission. I don't know if that's going to be like a standalone $20 title you need to buy. That looks awesome. I would definitely try that out.
Yeah.
Then there's going to be Resident Evil 7, which is another one that's going to definitely sell.
Yeah, see, that's like the one that like that's what I would get VR for. Like when they announce like, hey, here's a ton of horror games for it. When The Evil Within 2 is VR exclusive.
Yes.
Then I'm there.
I almost think that's all too scary for this virtual reality experience, though. Like,
what do you mean? Like they won't do it?
Like people will talk like, oh, this is awesome, I'm going to get it. But I want to know at the end how many people have actually, how many hours put into this game, rather than you like put this on and you're like, I don't even know if I want to look around.
Oh my god, I'm so down. I'm so down.
I hope that there's statistics one day like these many people bought this horror VR game, and this is how many minutes were played by X number of users of that.
So excited.
That would be
so
good.
So excited. Dude, I was playing just the regular demo and was freaked out.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. That's going to be so good. Horror VR is going places.
And now, the other one was Batman VR, which I saw just went up on Best Buy for pre-order. a few days ago. It's going to be a $20 game. That'll be pretty interesting too. It's more of like a detective game though than it is like an action game.
No combat or anything.
But still, if they could give you a great detective game rather than a lousy action game,
yeah,
it'll be a good dose of it
cool.
Initially.
Like, it's cool. Like, it's a cool experience, and like they're all cool experiences. But it's like I still want to play with a controller in my hands on my big flat screen TV. With all the lights off, have my headphones on there, and just be staring at the TV.
See, it sounds like though what you're aiming for is this experience where it is all right here. You're turning your lights off, your TVs. You're saying this big TV.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still connected to the real world though. Like if my house catches on fire, like I'll still be able to know that. If someone texts me and I want to talk to them, then I'll still be able to do that.
See, I think the point.
Like I don't want to be shut off from the rest of the world. Like that's what I think VR is going for.
That's what I'm looking forward to most of all, though.
Oh yeah, see, I'm not
being that where it's like, okay, I'm gonna put this on. I can forget about everything. I literally feel like I am in this environment. Awesome, because I always said like you're playing Fallout 4, some game in this huge environment. You could even say Skyrim, whatever you want to.
Right.
And you're kind of immersed into the game, but you're not fully there. And maybe I lose a little bit of interest sometime because I am playing, and then my phone buzzes, and it's like, you do turn over and look at it, and it's like I just. Turn it off. Like I just want to focus on this, and if this gives me the ability to just focus on this, like I'm in there, I'm completely pumped for this.
Yeah.
At more and more that I see, the more and more I'm just like I want to try this and play it right now. I think Best Buys now all around are doing like little. They have their stations with their PSVRs where you can actually test it and everything now before release to get excited for it. That's kind of cool. But I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to it, especially since. Like what I was saying before, if I could be immersed in this Fallout 4 environment, like this wasteland, headphones on, headset on, and I got whatever, and it's controlling great, it looks, fantastic.
Yeah.
Which that's gonna be hard to get all that to that level, but that's like the whole next experience of like going from, your Nintendo where it's on this screen, so many bits and all that kind of stuff. You slowly work your way up, and now it's like you're in the game kind of for the most part.
Yeah, no doubt it's going to be cool and it's going to be super fun, and I'm sure I'll play it and I'll love it. I don't know if I want to own it yet. You know
what my dream is though?
What's that?
I think I tell a lot of people this. So I definitely played a lot of Destiny, but it's like I want the VR aspect with Destiny, but what I want is there to be like it'll never happen. It's impractical. It's just like in my head this would be amazing. Because it ties all the people who like video games, the people who like, hardcore exercise. You got like American Ninja Warrior, all that kind of stuff, where they're like doing all this weird stuff. You don't have to be that fit to do this, but it's just like this ball, okay? Like a spear. And there's like a little door. You just go into it. And you're like, now you strap on your headset. And so I'm in Destiny, I'm running. They might give you like just this weird, like fake little gun kind of device where it just feels like a gun, something that you're holding.
Yeah.
And so you're running around in this thing with this. You got to aim with your little gun and everything. It would just be amazing. Mm-hmm. That would be the ultimate experience. You're strapped into this thing, this world where you can look around, you can move around, and it's just stationed in this one area.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
I swear they have it like this.
Yeah, where it's just this big kind of ball
where
it
like
tracks your movements.
Treadmill or something, right. And you can
strap on the headset, you got your little like gun, everything. Yep. Can you imagine how like doing a raid, you got 6 friends, and there's just these 6 big...
That would be cool. That'd be super cool. But again, that would be like $1,000. Which I'm sure
though.
That's the.
It would be more
that's where it's going. I think that's where VR is definitely going.
Well, that would be more of a place where we're going to this one thing, and it's going to cost you $60 per person.
Yeah.
And you have 1 hour in this thing, or
something like that.
That's the ultimate experience. So something like Destiny, though, where it's like 6 friends, you're in this raid, but you are actually moving,
and you're controlling it, and you're doing all that. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. That'd be super cool.
Fighting orcs, and it's like, no.
Right. That'd be super cool. I would play that. I would definitely pay to play that, but I wouldn't pay to own it. But I'd definitely play that. That'd be fun.
I'm just imagining how good that would be.
It's so good.
You're like fighting that giant crawler kind of thing in Sepix Prime's mission. You're hiding behind these things. It would be awesome.
That's definitely the future.
But no, I'm definitely looking forward to VR. The Star Wars game,
it will be cool.
1.
I'm looking forward to playing it. And so, I mean, we'll see where it goes. And we would just like to thank subscriber Challenge Accepted for submitting that topic of VR. And if there's anything else you think that we should talk about, anything you want to hear us talk about, leave a comment down below. Give us a sub.
We'll throw our Twitters down there.
Yeah,
you could always send us a message, whatever. We'll definitely bring it up.
Talk about it. Talk about any topic you want us to talk about.
Anything else today?
Nope, I think that's it. We got through everything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check back next Tuesday when we have a whole new episode, episode 3 of Rabbit Hole's Gameverse. Everything you need to know about the gaming universe and the news you want to hear about.
Stay fresh.
See you later.